Hey, what's going on? In this video, we are going to do our 10 tips for visiting Hallstatt. So let's kick it off with tip number 1. All right, for tip number 1, you're going to want to get to Hallstatt as early as possible and leave as late as you can. Hallstatt is one of the most picturesque places in all of Europe, and the only thing that could put a damper on that are the crowds that will inevitably roll in as the day goes on. So number 2 is you have to bring a camera when you go to Hallstatt. Picturesque is a word that I cannot stop using when it comes to this town. The lakeside views, the cobblestone streets, iconic architecture, every angle will make you want to stop and take another photo. If you're traveling through Austria, there's no doubt you've seen the images of the Hallstatt landscape, so do yourself a favor and go capture your postcard shot that you can frame and hold on to forever. My third tip when it comes to Hallstatt is you have to do the hike, and specifically the Rudolph's Tower hike. This was 100% my favorite activity to do. Starting in the town, this 2.5-mile climb will take you from inside the village to the Rudolfstrom, a medieval defense tower dating back to the late 13th century, which overlooks the entire lake and town. It even serves as a full-functioning restaurant, so if you want to get a quick snack or a meal after your workout, you can 100% do that. These are some of the best views that you'll get of the entire lake, so I highly recommend checking it out. And I even think you could take the cable car up there if you rather skip the walk. Tip number 4, and this may be a controversial one, but don't stay for too long. My personal opinion is that you can see Hallstatt in just one day. People have reached out to me and asked if Hallstatt is worth visiting, and I'll say yes, as long as you're nearby. I wouldn't turn Hallstatt into a week-long trip or anything, so my true recommendation is to make a day trip out of it. Get there incredibly early in the morning, do some activities, eat some food, take some unbelievable pictures, and then head out towards the evening for an absolutely perfect day in the town. For tip number 5, my recommendation is to plan your accommodations ahead of time. Like I said before, I think Hallstatt is a day trip kind of place to see, but if you're someone who's looking to spend the night, just make sure you book those accommodations well in advance. The town is small and undeniably a sought-after destination. These spots book up quick, especially in the more preferable places. A second option would be to consider staying in nearby towns for potentially more affordable options. These areas offer a different perspective and the same rustic charm, often at a fraction of the price. For tip number 6, visit during the off-season. You know, while Hallstatt is beautiful year-round, I think it really does shine through during the shoulder months of late spring and early fall. Not only will you enjoy the great weather, but you'll also have the added benefit of experiencing the local culture without the peak season's hustle. If you opt for a winter visit, prepare for a quieter, snow-gilded town, perfect for those seeking a serene getaway. For tip number 7, if you're arriving by train, be aware you do need to take a ferry to get to the main part of town.
Thank you. Hello.
There you are, sir.
So, for the family.
I was planning my day trip to and from Hallstatt and didn't even realize that if you're coming by train, the only way to access the village would be to take a ferry from the train station into the town. The ferry costs about €7 there and back, so just keep that in mind when budgeting out your day. Tip number 8 for experiencing Hallstatt is to try the local cuisine. Dine in traditional Gasthofs, the name given to the German-style small inns and taverns, which offer a hearty taste of Austrian hospitality and a chance to savor dishes passed down through generations. For tip number 8, take advantage of all the activities there are to do, specifically the salt mines and the lake activities. We actually passed the salt mines on our way up to Rudolph's Tower, but you can actually tour the salt mines, and not just in an educational way, but in an adventurous one. There are fun activities like ancient wooden slides and rafting on an underground lake, which could be a great option for anyone with kids. The lake itself also offers not just spectacular views, but a wide range of activities. So whether you prefer a peaceful boat tour or the independence of a paddle boat, the lake provides a unique perspective of Hallstatt and a refreshing escape from the land-based explorations. And for tip number 10, my last recommendation is about cultural etiquette. When you wander through Hallstatt, remember to respect the local culture and private properties. We noticed through our time there that the locals seem to be, let's say, not so happy with the spike in tourism occurring there. So keeping a considerate noise level and observing boundaries and rules is probably the best approach to take. Plus, it isn't just polite, it helps preserve the tranquil atmosphere that makes Hallstatt so incredible. Well, that does it for our 10 tips for visiting Hallstatt. So if you like this video, make sure to share and subscribe. I hope you learned something. If you have any questions, be sure to hit us up in the comments and we will definitely get back to you. Otherwise, we'll see you in the next video. Peace.